Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek News. I'm here with Carrie Breitenstein from Twilight Creations, and we're going to take a look at Jupiter Rescue, which is just out, May 2014, just out now. A game by Mark Major, and hoping you can give an overview or what attracted you to the game. This is not your usual game. There's no zombies. There's no
zombies.
No zombies.
There's definitely aliens.
Okay.
This is a cooperative game, and I played this last year, and I absolutely loved it, and I decided we really need to publish this game.
And so how did you come to play it initially?
We did the speed dating at Gen Con and took a look at dozens of games, and this is the only one that I found that I really, really liked.
So what was the appeal initially? You said it's a co-op. You don't do co-ops normally.
Right.
Was that part of it, or was that?
It was the strategy involved, the having to work together I really liked, but there are so many different things that you could do that I like the appeal of having a lot of choices.
Okay. And you actually signed this while it was in the competition?
The deathmatch competition.
Right. And they had to pull it from that because you wanted to publish it?
Correct.
Okay. So, do you want to tell us how to play?
Sure. We're basically playing robots, and the board is set up this way, and the colonists are in the middle, and the object is to rescue 28 colonists before the space station is overtaken by aliens, which are called creeps in the game. So the way you do that is everybody gets 5 actions. An action could be moving your figure 1. So that would be 2 moves. You can move a colonist on any adjacent tile, 1 space for an additional action.
So calling them over to...
Right. So that would be 4 actions for me, and then I can move another one. What we're trying to do is get 7 of them onto the evacuation pod, and as soon as that happens, the pod launches, so we rescued 7. And then that person gets to place the evacuation pod anywhere along the edge of the board to rescue another 7 of them. So we're trying to rescue 28 altogether. Okay. So after I take my actions, I have 2 cards. One of them is a card that is my core ability that I will have throughout the game unless a card lets me switch it out. This is something I could do every turn, and it will tell me how many times I could do it per turn, if it's every action or just once per turn. So for example, this is a heat seeker. It lets me target any creep on the board for 3 actions and destroy it.
Okay. So how do the creeps come on?
After we take our 5 actions, there's conversion. The way conversion happens is if there is a creep next to any colonist, that colonist is turned into a creep.
Okay.
And it spreads from there. Since there were none on the board right now, there was no conversion. After that is invasion. You roll a die, and that tells you what outside tile the creeps will come into play. So on a 2, they'll come on to the outside first, and they'll work their way in. They're stuck together. Just like that.
Okay.
Then after that, you draw a card, and you can add it to your hand. You can use the cards when appropriate. If a red card comes up, that goes off immediately. So, for example, this is a super creep or a power grab, and the super creeps come into play on every power plant.
Oh.
And for each super creep that is on the power plants, your hand limit goes down by 1. So the most we can have in our hand is 4. If I have 4 of them out, my hand limit is down to my core ability.
Okay.
The way you kill creeps is if you're on a tile with a creep, you can just use an action to destroy the creep. My heat seeker, for example, I could target something across the board.
Or in the middle here as well? Okay.
But you have to be on the same tile unless you have a card that lets you get at them from an adjacent tile, like a sniper card.
And the game is 2 to 6 players?
2 to 7 players. The tiles in this game are also 2-sided, so if you become an expert on the one side, you flip it over and these tiles are a little bit harder to.
Yeah, because you see they're missing some of the corridors in the middle to
Right.
make the movement there. Okay. You just flip over some, or I guess as many as you want.
Right,
You can
correct.
scale it up.
Right. I don't think I could play, completely on all the difficult tiles yet, but
Okay. You said you're getting better. What is the? Is
these are
a
the
satellite dish?
satellites. The super creeps can come into the satellites, just like the power grab that we just played. When they're on there, your actions are reduced by 1, so you only get 4 actions per turn. So you have to destroy all of them in order to get that action back.
Okay. While at the same time rescuing people.
Correct.
And you got your lost tracker over on the side here to show a countdown until you're doomed.
Yep. If you ever fall less than 28, then you're out of the game.
All right. Well, thanks very much for the overview.